Hello everyone, welcome to Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Miller. We are live here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, and thanks for joining us. We're here every weekday. We cover a wide range of topics, and we appreciate you joining us for those, whether you're watching on our website or our apps or mobile, or whether you're watching after the fact too. Doesn't matter. Thanks for doing so. A frequent topic that we see or hear here around KBTV and around this area has to do with coyotes, especially over the last couple of years. We've seen some more encounters, but what do you need to know about them? What's the important thing? What role do they play in the environment? All those questions can probably be answered at an event coming up this weekend called Coyote Palooza, the third annual event taking place on May 30th. And we're going to talk about that now and so much more. We've got Lindsay Sanders joining us right now from ODFW. And Lindsay, thanks for being here. Appreciate you joining. I'm excited to talk about Coyote Palooza and let everybody know about that. Before we do, could you tell us just a little about yourself and your role there?
Absolutely. Yeah, my name's Lindsay Sanders. I'm an assistant district wildlife biologist with the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife. So a big part of my job is talking with members of the public who have encountered wildlife, such as coyotes, in their neighborhood and have questions about it or are looking for advice on what to do.
And coyotes are something that we see, those encounters that do happen. I mean, they seem to be all over the place. And actually, to clarify that, to make sure I'm not saying something incorrect here, looking at like the Portland metro area, how prevalent are coyotes in that area?
Yeah, we have coyotes all over the Portland metro area. We get sightings, everywhere, including downtown Portland. We don't have any real population estimates for the area, but we know that they're all over the city and the suburbs.
And what are the important things that people should know about that? About the fact that they, if you're in the metro area, that you're living next to coyotes?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest things is just that they live here. A lot of people maybe don't realize that they are sharing their neighborhood with, or their backyard with, coyotes. They're often most active at night, right? But so we just maybe don't realize that they're there. But they are here. Coyotes live here in the city. And one thing I like to always say, it's one of the mottos of the Portland Urban Coyote Project actually is, whether you love coyotes, hate coyotes, or don't really care, the things to do to reduce conflict with them are the same. And so we have 4 pieces of advice that we give everyone about interacting with coyotes in the city, and that's to never feed coyotes and remove any potential food sources from your yard. Protect your pets. So that could mean keeping your pets indoors, keeping them on a short leash when they're outside, or supervised when they're in their backyard. Scare off any bold coyotes that you encounter. So any coyotes that are just not acting afraid of humans, just, scare them off until they leave the area. And then to share the message with your neighbors that it really only works, minimizing conflict with coyotes in the city only works when we're all working together as a community to keep everyone safe. People, pets, and coyotes, keeping everyone safe.
Good advice there for everybody. Now, when you mention scaring them, what's the best way to scare off a coyote?
Yeah, I mean, it's often enough to just kind of wave your arms and shout. Sometimes you have to shout really loud, like at the top of your lungs. You could blow a whistle or blow an air horn or bang pots and pans together as another way to make a loud noise. You can throw rocks and sticks, just kind of to I think of it as kind of retraining them, like to move out of the area. Remember that you should be afraid of people and be giving people a wide berth.
All right, good. Yeah. Remind them that humans are number one in that aspect. So for coyotes, I guess one more question just about that.
Mm-hmm.
When we do have a human coyote interaction, are there dangers that people should know about, or how often have we seen bites or things like that?
Yeah. Coyote attacks on humans are really, really rare. When they do happen, we're pretty likely to hear about them because it's big news because of how uncommon they are. We definitely see coyotes having interactions with our pets, like coyote fights with dogs are not that uncommon. With cats, those sorts of interactions are much more common. We might see a person who's like trying to protect their pet getting an injury from a coyote that was really focused on that dog, for example. But injuries to humans are super, super rare.
For another thing for coyotes too, just to know for the people, for the fact that they are here, what are some of the important roles that coyotes play in the environment?
Yeah. One of the biggest roles that they play is as a predator to a bunch of our small mammal populations. So, coyotes, their diet typically consists mostly of like small mammals. So, mice, rats, squirrels, rabbits, some of those are animals that a lot of people think of as nuisances would to have them in their yard. So the local coyote population can help to keep some of those small mammals that folks might not really want to have a lot of in their yard at bay.
So taking care of some of those animals, then keeping that maybe populations down a little bit. When it comes to Coyote Palooza, can you tell us about this event? This is the third annual one,
Yeah.
and what's entailed with that?
Yeah. So Coyote Palooza is a street fair style event. This is, as you said, this is our third year. So it takes place downtown near the PSU Farmers Market. So it's it's sort of just north of the PSU Farmers Market in the South Park blocks, and it's an opportunity for folks to come down and learn everything about coyotes. There's lots of information and activities. It's an opportunity to share about your personal experiences, ask questions. We'll have tons of local experts there, folks who research coyotes, wildlife biologists. We have a huge number of partners this year. One of the great things about this event that has continued to grow from year to year are partnerships with local conservation organizations that are just really invested in this topic of reducing spreading the word about coyotes in the city and reducing conflict with them. So it's a pet and family friendly event. It's free for everyone. So you can come down and there's crafts for kids. There's like a coloring station. There's also crafts and activities for adults. You can make a hazing rattle. There's an origami activity. We'll have like some periodic story times for kids about coyotes throughout the day. And so folks can grab a passport. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah. Oh, okay. You can grab a passport and get it stamped at each of the booths throughout the event and learn something, do an activity at each of the booths. And then when you're done, you bring your passport back and you get entered to win, or you spin a wheel for a door prize. So we've got a bunch of t-shirts and tote bags, cool stickers. And then you also get entered to win you get entered into our grand prize raffle for one of our grand prizes. And
what kind of grand prizes are we talking about?
We have some Vortex binoculars. We've got a really beautiful piece of coyote artwork made by a local Portland artist, and then we've got sort of like a pet basket for folks with a cat or dog to make their pet more comfortable in the safety of their home. And yeah, lots of other cool activities. You can feel coyote fur. We've got some like casts of coyote paw prints to check out. We have we'll have a full catio set up there from our partners at Feral Cat Coalition to check out the cool safe space you could have for your cat attached to your home. Information on coyote proofing your chicken coop to protect your backyard chickens. Lots of stuff.
Lots of good ways. We've done some segments on the catios. They can get pretty elaborate, pretty amazing things that people can do there. Well, it sounds like, so you're going to have everything there to learn all about it. I'm assuming, since you said it's pet and family friendly, there will not be coyotes involved, actual coyotes.
There might be an example of a coyote, but hopefully not any live coyotes. If we do have live coyotes, it'll be a great hazing practice session.
Everybody can learn all at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, and to let everybody know, just to reiterate again, when it's taking place and where they can go, and then maybe anywhere online they can go to also learn more.
Yeah, absolutely. So Coyote Palooza is happening this coming Saturday, May 30th, from 8 a.m. to from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Just north of the downtown PSU Farmers Market in the South Park blocks. And you can find more information about Coyote Palooza on our website at portlandcoyote.com/Coyote Palooza, or on social media, you can follow at Portland Coyote for any updates about the event.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us for this and getting this put on, getting out some more information there about coyotes, what to know, and how to handle those encounters. So awesome stuff, and sounds like a great event for the third annual one. Congratulations on the third annual one coming up
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
weekend. Yeah, thanks,
Thanks so
Lindsay.
much. Hope to see everyone there.
Awesome. All right, and for everybody watching, we are live here, so thanks for joining us. Plenty more coming up over the next couple of hours. If there's any breaking news, we'll have that for you. We're also going to be speaking to Portland Timbers legend Clyde Best, who is going to be, well, he's part of a documentary about his life, coincidentally, and he's going to be talking about that in a big celebration that's coming up, so that's one thing. And as I mentioned, if there's breaking news, we'll have that for you as well. Plenty more to talk about. We'll do that right after this break. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.